Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to Let's Play Mars Horizon, the recently released space exploration and Martian colonization simulation game. You might get some Kerbal-y kind of vibes of this, although it looks like there's going to be some fairly substantial difference. This is definitely a game that goes in its own direction. Been really hyped about giving this thing a try here. I have not played it yet. I did get a code a while ago for the beta, but I just never found the time to get it in there, but now it is indeed the case. So we're going to go into this blind. I have not played this yet. I am very eager to get started. So we set up a new game over here. We've got a few different space agencies to choose from. I might go with the ESA, I suppose, here. The European Space Agency, intergovernmental organization, 22 member states. The ESA is dedicated to peaceful exploration of space. So we get a bonus rewards for joint missions, science income bonus from friendly and allied diplomatic relations increased by 50%, double chance of being offered joint missions. You can look at the comparisons here. Milestones give us bonus, more contractors, more astronauts. Invalid launch windows become suboptimal launch windows, so you get a little bit more flexibility for launches, cheaper astronauts, no penalty for failed missions. So it seems like all of these have some pretty useful perks, but let's go ahead with the ESA. We can customize it. Oh ho ho! Ho ho ho! Oh ho ho! Okay, well there's your replayability right there. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the default setup for this first go. I will keep the tutorials on. Are these difficulties? Okay, so yeah, easy, medium, hard. We'll keep it on medium with the tutorial on, I suppose. Auto-resolve request missions. All missions, no missions. I don't know. I guess we'll leave it on there. And again, we get the ability to customize it. I love the flexibility that we've got here to configure our starting experience. Welcome, Director! You're entrusted with guiding our agency through this dawning space age and far beyond. Make use of our diplomatic expertise to promote international cooperation and scientific innovation, and place our agency at the forefront of humanity's voyage into space. Only by working together can we realize feats long thought impossible. With your leadership, we will uncover the mysteries of the solar system, and perhaps, one day, make humans a multi-planetary species. Bonne chance, Director. Oh, merci beaucoup. So, this is Earth. It's pretty sweet Earth. Solar System Screen. The Solar System Screen is your gateway to the various aspects involved in running your agency, such as accessing research and base screens, selecting planets to discover available missions, and viewing recent and upcoming events. Gotcha. Tutorial objectives. Your current tutorial objectives are tracked here. Completing these tasks is a great way to get your agency up and running. So, build a sounding rocket, research small launch pad, build small launch pad, launch sounding rocket. Alright. Fairly straightforward. First objective is a crucial first step in any new space agency, constructing and launching an experimental sounding rocket to test and improve your booster technology. The sounding rocket's a pretty basic little thing. It's basically just you throw some sort of booster on it on a cardboard tube and see what it does. Can do. Selecting planets, select the planetary body in the solar system. Screen will display a list of missions associated with that body. Highlight Earth, then press click. Okay, maybe I have to do that after I hit continue. There we go. Highlight and click. The mission select screen displays the missions belonging to the selected planetary body. Details of the currently selected mission can be seen here, such as length of mission and rewards on offer. There are two types of missions, milestones and requests. Milestone missions are important for advancing the space program and will be contested by other agencies. They will often require additional research. Request missions will become available as your agency completes milestone missions and can be a valuable way of boosting your support and science. Request missions don't require additional research, but each is only available for limited time. Research required to unlock the currently selected mission will be listed here. Note that all required research has already been completed for test launch. Okay, so we don't need any tech for tech launch. That's good. And I can see little like icons on a bunch of these, so we'll have to unlock some things to get that. Maybe it's a mission prerequisite, or it might be a tech prerequisite. All the space agencies will be racing to complete milestone missions first. Doing so will result in increased support for your agency. Here you can track the progress of 5 agencies in regards to currently selected missions. I do like this a lot because one of the things in Kerbal, and obviously Kerbal Space Program is stupendous, it is nice to get this idea of this competition. A little bit of pressure to do something first and ahead of other people is kind of a neat thing to do. Okay, we can track that. Once you're ready, select Plan Mission to start planning the test launch mission. Okay, I think that seems like a fair thing to do. So it looks like we'll be rewarded with 100 support, 250 science, and a milestone rank of gold, assuming we complete it right now. Mission length, it will take a month. Earth missions generally take a month. Okay, other planets take longer, and no one has yet planned their missions yet. So we will plan ours. The mission plan includes each stage necessary to take a mission from the drawing board and up into space. Note that each mission plan takes up one mission slot. You can unlock additional slots by constructing mission control buildings. A test launch has no payload, so you can get straight to designing the launch vehicle. Sounds good. Select vehicle. Build a sounding rocket. On this screen, you'll be able to select various previous vehicle designs, or choose to start a new design. For the test launch, only sounding rockets can be selected. Build a sounding rocket. This is the vehicle designer. You'll be able to design the vehicle for your mission. A vehicle is made up of a booster and upper stage. The booster must be able to carry the upper stage, while the upper stage must be able to carry the payload. Again, for a test launch, only the sounding rocket may be selected, and there is no payload. Displayed here are the vehicle stats, where you can check the booster has enough capacity to carry the upper stage, and the vehicle can reach the minimum distance required by the mission. So before I continue, let's see. Upper stage, yeah, payload is 0, minimum 0, that's fine. We need to get suborbital, we've got that. Or, we can get suborbital, I guess, and here's the minimum. And our booster, no weight requirement. We do need a small launch pad, which we don't have. 25% launch reliability is a thing. Okay. Note the launch pad requirement is not currently met. Sounding rocket requires a small launch pad. You can still design and build a vehicle without the required launch pad, but will need to build a launch pad in order to launch it. Right. So we can design it first. Presumably, there might even be construction time. Oh, you're right there. 2 months to build. So we can start getting this built while we then construct a launch pad. Launch reliability case stat and determine the chance of vehicle launching without error. As an experimental vehicle, the sounding rocket has a very low reliability. However, it will gain a large amount of reliability per launch, even if it blows up. Because science. Sounding rocket is a valid design for this mission, so it can be launched. I guess we've got all the green check marks except for the launch pad, so we can just go ahead and confirm this. Spend 80k. All right. Oh, it's going to be called Hatshepsut. Nice. Once the vehicle has been constructed, you'll receive a construction report from your engineers. This will often include traits that may affect how you approach the next stage of the mission plan. Unrevealed trait. Okay. If you have the necessary funds, you can start constructing the vehicle. This can take several months. Once the vehicle is completed, you'll be able to move on to the final stage of the mission plan and set a launch date. Oh, look at that breakdown. So we have a 19% chance of a critical failure. That's fine. We'll just add more safety lights. All right, construction ordered. Engineers will begin construction immediately. Will be completed March 1957. Okay, go to solar system. Now the sounding rocket is constructing, it's time to build a launch pad capable of launching it. First step is to complete the appropriate small launch pad research. We have 0 research points right now. Various screens crucial to running your agency can be accessed here. When you're ready, select the research icon to select the research screen. Research screen is where you can research new technology vital to progressing your space program. Screen is split into 3 research trees: missions, buildings, and vehicles. Oh yeah, I see that over there. This is the mission tree, which contains the research necessary to unlock new missions and their respective payloads. Each tree is made up of nodes that represent certain technologies or areas of research. These nodes are often require the completion of other nodes before they can research. For example, the mission research artificial satellite must be completed before the payload research beneath can be started. Each research node requires a certain amount of science to complete. Science can be earned via missions and buildings. Note you can select a node to view more details. Each research tree is split into eras, which represent the technological age. Researching a new area or reaching a new era on any tree will unlock new planetary bodies in the solar system. So presumably we couldn't look at and click on the moon and therefore take moon missions because it's not unlocked because we're not that far in. Okay. Completing all the available research in a single era on a tree will grant a powerful reward. So it sounds like you don't have to complete all the research in a single era, but it might be a good thing. All right. When you're ready, select the buildings tree, yes. So can I scroll this? Oh, this is quite deep. Now, okay, there's the era split right over there. Era 2. Okay. It goes pretty far. Mission crewed Mars landing. Yeah. All right. It'll be good to get there. So for now, buildings. Building tree is key to expanding your base and the capabilities of your agency. To be able to launch your first mission, you'll need to research small launch pad. Select it and click it. Set it as active research. Okay, so I don't have any research banked, but I'm getting research, 113 right now from my buildings. So mouse over here, the cost is going to be 50k. Presumably it's going to be 50k to build it, because I don't have a 50k right now to start. Build time 1 month. It's going to take 100 science. And is this 113 per month? So we'll have enough science to complete this in a little under a month, and then it'll take us a month to build it. So it's about 2 months to get a small launch pad, and conveniently enough, our sounding rocket's going to take 2 months to build. Okay, done. So presumably I can just back out now. Oh, it was actually telling us the era completion bonus on there. I just noticed, but oh well. We'll take a look at it soon. Here you can keep track of the resources. Gotcha. Support is primarily earned from completing missions. Earning support is key to reaching higher funding tiers, which will increase your monthly funds income. Funds are required for, everything. Science is earned from missions and buildings. The more you collect, the more tech you get. Upcoming events related to your agency will, along with the number of months. So in 12 months, we'll have a funding review. Past events, including other agencies. Pressing next month will advance time by 1 month. Next events will advance time until the next important event. Okay, so it's a nice time-based, turn-based system is what I meant to say. Small launchpad research complete. Okay. So, yeah, we have 13 left over. Okay, so it does go in discrete chunks. Once your new building has been unlocked via research, it can be constructed in your base. All right, base screen is here. Oh, look at this. Expanding your base is vital to increasing your agency's launch capabilities and much more besides. On the screen, you'll be able to construct new buildings that you've researched, move or demolish existing buildings, and clear obstruction to create more space. Q and E to rotate the screen and mouse wheel to zoom. As you've now researched the small launch pad, you'll be able to construct it as long as you have the funds, and I should. Small launch. Oh, here you'll be able to see all the buildings you've unlocked so far. Each building has a unique effect, many of which will be crucial to improving your agency. Buildings also have a build cost and upkeep. You'll only be able to construct one of most buildings, but some can have their building limit increased via further research. Yep, alright, select it, click build. If you can't afford, wait, but we can. So we're going to click here. Allows launch of small vehicles. Sounds good. New building can be placed wherever there's sufficient space. Building on top of removable obstructions is possible as long as you can afford the additional cost of removing the obstruction, and we can rotate with X and Z. Each building has potential positive and negative adjacency effects, determined by the building it's placed next to. Try placing this one alongside different buildings to compare effects. Plan your base layout carefully to get the most out of positive adjacency effects, but remember you can always move your buildings late. Okay, so there's an extra mini game over here. Oh, I see. So I see the green existing over there, and here there would be a negative boost. So maybe we'll just put it over here. Small launch pad is now constructing. Once complete, you'll be able to launch your first rocket. So this is the vehicle hangar. Makes sense that the vehicle hangar being adjacent to the launch pad is a bonus because, it's closer to deploy, but the HQ doesn't actually want to be next to the launch pad. That all seems very reasonable to me. Now that the previous research is complete, you'll need to select a new one. A good early choice is artificial satellite mission. Allow your agency to start working towards putting its first payload in orbit, a major milestone in space exploration. That sounds reasonable to me. So we're going to go to missions, artificial satellite. It's going to take about 3 months worth of research to do. Done and done. Yeah, so the era completion bonus over here would be 5% more payload reliability. Okay. So I think we can probably just next month, because we're waiting for a rocket to be built and our launch pad to be built, and then we can just launch it after that. All right. Done. Test launch vehicle complete. Okay. So our little rocket is ready to go as well. No special quirks have happened. Still 25% reliability. Next is launch preparations. Final stage in the mission plan involves assigning crew, deciding on a training program, and setting the launch date. Well, there's no crew, so there's probably no training to be done either. As it's an uncrewed mission, no crew needs to be assigned. Training is also locked for now until the appropriate buildings are constructed. All that remains is to set the all-important launch date for the mission. Select the launch date button to get started. Okay, so that's just grayed out because we haven't set the launch date. So we go here. On the calendar screen, you'll be able to set a launch date for your mission. Each month represents a launch window. There are 3 types of launch windows: optimal, suboptimal, and invalid. Optimal windows are ideal launch dates. Suboptimal windows carry a reliability penalty, but can be worth risking in order to launch your mission earlier. You cannot launch in an invalid window. Other agencies. For milestone missions, you can view the progress of other agencies for the current mission here. You'll also be able to see their scheduled launches in the calendar. Be sure to schedule your launch before those of other agencies if you want to beat them to the milestone. Okay, so they're still working on it. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't just launch basically immediately. Well, we can't launch in March, which is where we are, but we'll schedule it for the next available window, which is April. Plus, it's optimal, although we still only have that 25% chance. So we'll lock that in. Launch date set. Final steps to confirm the launch. Mission operations team will begin preparations for launch on April. Go to solar system. Sure. With the launch date set for your test, all now that remains is to advance time until the launch month. Okay. Clicky, clicky. Test launch, so we got a cool control screen over here. Optimal date, no training, which is fine. And launch. We get a cool animation. Oh, we get the full control room. Oh, we get a camera at the top of the launch tower over here. There's a tiny little rocket, the Hatshepsut. What a great name for our very first rocket, and a momentous occasion for the European Space Agency. Countdown, adequate conditions, plus 1%. Okay, so we're at 26%. That's good. Oh, we can reschedule. Should things happen? No. Let's continue. T-minus 4, 3, 2. All right. Oh, it's in French. And we have liftoff of the Hatshepsut and the birth, really, of the European Space Agency and its first forays outside of our atmosphere, assuming nothing explodes. That is loud as heck, but I mean, it is a rocket, so it sort of makes sense that it should be freaking loud. Okay, we did not get a crucial failure. We did get systems damages, so, I mean, we did do a launch, right? It didn't just blow up. But presumably we're the first person to get the milestone. Rocket level 1 of 5, so our reliability is going to go up going forward. Test launch is, in fact, complete. Oh, I love it. It's really textured like a badge, like an iron-on patch. Very cool. Okay. So we're going to get 187 science for 1 month as reward. We also got our support. Probably a stonking bunch of support because we finished the first milestone. Okay, first tutorial objective, test launch was resounding success, granting your agency valuable support and science. The next tutorial objective involves achieving a crucial milestone for your space agency, placing your first artificial satellite into orbit. Such a noteworthy mission is bound to grant valuable science as well as support from a rapt public. First step in the new endeavor is to complete the required research, the artificial satellite mission and its mission payload. Okay. So we also have to research the mission payload. Now, can we queue? Vehicle tree contains the technologies required to launch bigger and better launch vehicles. As your agency develops increasingly advanced payloads, so too must your booster technology improve. For each mission, you'll need a vehicle capable of carrying the payload to its destination. Vehicle research nodes are divided by their type. Most vehicles used in missions will require a booster and an upper stage research tier. Later on, you'll be able to research supplementary boosters to make your launch vehicles even more powerful. Oh, so I need this and then the payload. Those were the two things, right? Artificial and then mission payload. So I think, yeah, it must just be this because it's not a new building. Now, out of curiosity, okay, it would be change research. All right, so it's not simultaneous research and it's not necessarily queued, which is fine. Especially since the science overflow stays, which is good. So it seems like it tries to consume as much science as possible. So if we can get our rate increase, that would be good. We do have the bonus for missions, which is nice. The Spacepedia's got a bunch of entries. Oh, that's about us. Oh, that's cool! Ooh. This would be a great educational tool for kids. And probably a lot easier to get into than something like Kerbal, where you have to be very fiddly about your construction. So we got a funding review soon. I think there's nothing to do but to advance here. Because can we even build mission payload? I'm assuming I can't even... I can't even start this. Although I could do another test launch. That might not be a terrible idea, because it's going to take a while to research things. Why don't we do another test launch to increase our base reliability? Oh, I can't. Although, can I do requests? Yeah. You just select the thing. So I guess there's nothing I can do right now. Okay, I'll advance to next month. Artificial satellite research complete. An essential first step. Right. Research Era 1, Dawn of Spaceflight. As rocket technology advances, so does the prospect of exploring beyond the confines of our planet. Yet the public continue to question whether the fledgling agencies can overcome dangers of spaceflight. Unlocked the moon. We have unlocked the moon! Okay, so yeah, they're a little slower on their launches. By reaching the first era, you've unlocked the moon. The moon can now be selected in the solar system screen, where a list of missions to the moon will be shown. Reaching future eras will unlock more planets in the solar system. Q and E to cycle between places. Oh yeah, it's over there. Lunar orbit, crewed moon landing. Oh, milestone missions have 2 research requirements: a mission profile and mission payload. Once you've been completed, you can begin planning the mission. Recommended research can also be listed here. These are vehicle parts that may prove useful in designing the launch vehicle for the mission. Note that this research is not required to start it. Okay. Alright, well we're clearly not able to do those launches yet, and if we take a look at Earth again, this is still locked, because we still need this research over here. Oh, it's nice that it sends you there directly. Oh, and it even nests so you're going back, right? If I go here, the mission that I want to do, click on this, go there. If I back up, it just brings me to mission page again. Very nice. Does it also have suggested mission vehicle parts? It does. Better boosters and things. Well, we know we need the payload, so we may as well research this and get that out of the way. That seems fine. I guess we'll just next month over here. Small cylindrical satellite carrying basic X-ray and cosmic ray detectors. So we have everything we technically need to do the mission. Now that the artificial satellite mission and payload are researched, you can start the mission plan. Select Earth to find the mission, but note that you'll need a free mission slot in order to start a new one. Ah, we have a limited number of slots. And actually, oh, it's too bad you can't click on that to go directly to it. Is it on a payload? Look at that. Very much looks like something I would have built in Kerbal Space Program. Very much. So we don't have any research going on right now. So what I'm thinking is, I mean, ultimately we're going to have to research these boosters and upper stage tech regardless. So unless there's something I want to snag first, I mean, there's something to be said about maybe we grab the next research lab right away. So it'll give us presumably more science per turn. And it says it unlocks mission training for science. And it might be useful to have access to something like that. Lunar things. I mean, these will probably help our missions be considerably more successful. But I think I'm going to be greedy. And I'm going to go and take the research lab. Because it sounds like the sort of gameplay I would do. Alright, we're going to start planning this mission. Most missions will include a payload, the satellite, or spacecraft you're sending to space. First stage of the mission plan will be to design and construct a payload. So, select payload for this mission. Mission payload will be carried out by your launch vehicle, or carried by your launch vehicle in space, and used in mission tasks that occur after the launch. Payload rating is overall rating based on the payload's modules. More details on payload's modules and on the mission's task can be found by clicking the More Info button below, over there. Reliability, key payload stat. Reliability determines the chance payload modules will operate without error during mission tasks. A higher reliability will generally make mission tasks easier to complete, but is sometimes worth sacrificing for better modules or cheaper build cost. Note that payload's mass determines the launch vehicle required for the mission. The capacity of the vehicle's upper stage must be large enough to carry the payload's mass. Each mission payload has available variants which can be used to further customize the payload for a current mission. Each variant has strengths and weaknesses. Standard comms improves communications but reduces reliability. Okay, this reduces build cost but reduces reliability. This increases build cost but gives us more power. The thing is, right now, it looks like we don't really need the power boost because it doesn't change the reliability. Is used in mission tasks to generate resources and counteract errors. Oh, so we use it during things. It's going to be a resource we're going to want. It does increase the cost substantially. Since I'm not currently developing the, better rockets or whatever, it's possible that there's a higher chance that this mission will just fail. So I'm going to not spend too much money. Our objective is to achieve Earth orbit. Payload modules are used to generate the resources required to complete task objectives in the mission. The higher the module rating, the more its associated resource will be generated. It will generate. For example, short-range comms with a high rating will generate more comms. So, okay, so we need short-range comms and planetary observation modules, which we have for the mission. It needs 2, so maybe it needs like 2 months, like 2 ticks worth. And if we could somehow boost it, so we could boost the comms, which might save some effort. But I'll just go with the standard because I don't really know the implications, right? So build payload. Like they do with vehicles, your engineers will deliver a construction report on the payload once it's completed. This can include traits that may affect your choice of vehicle design in the next stage. If you have the necessary funds. Okay, and we do. So we build payload. Can we build the vehicle at the same time? So 2 months. No, okay, we build the payload first. And then I guess you build this first because then it'll show you the trade. All right. Okay. Working on the research lab, which I think I'm still fine with. We're still in the tutorial phase. Funding review. In 1 month, the satellite will be done. Research lab research is complete. And our payload should also be complete. Payload development was beset by a series of issues, yet media coverage of our engineers' innovative solutions increased public interest. So we'll get more support, but our payload reliability went down to 55%. Okay. Let's design the vehicle. Actually, before I do... now the payload is complete. Time to design a vehicle. I will work on that in a second. I want to go to the base here because what I'd like to do is build the research lab. And I want to make sure, because even though this might delay our launch slightly, I want to start generating science as quickly as possible. More science. Presumably I'm going to get more. It doesn't actually say... Greatly improve scientific yields from missions. Is it actually going to give me more passive research? I don't know. So I'll put you over here. Research lab minus 3% payload build cost. Huh. Right, so that's going to take a bit to build. We may not have enough money for our launch vehicle now. To launch this mission, you need a vehicle capable of carrying a payload to its destination. The vehicle is made up of booster, upper stage, yep. Select upper stage to get started. Here you'll find all the upper stages presently available to your agency. Select one of them to view their stats. The Topaz. The upper stage must be able to carry the payload, which means its payload capacity must be at least equal to the payload's mass. Also, its max destination must be at least equal to the mission's destination. Another vital stat is the upper stage mass. This will determine the size of the booster required to carry it. When designing vehicles, you'll commonly use parts you haven't researched yet. This can be the best way to design the perfect vehicle for mission and won't prevent you from selecting the vehicle. However, you'll need to research the required parts before construction gets started. I really like that, where you can pre-select them. And then you've got your plan. For most missions, a good rule is to select an upper stage with payload capacity close to the payload's mass in order to save on build costs and build time, which makes sense. Some circumstances when large parts will be better suited when you have your choice. Okay, so we have a 40k upper stage, and this has capacity of 40k. Like the payload, rather, is 40k. So with this, if we look at these others, that's 500. So that would be massive overkill, overkill, overkill. All these are... Yeah, I guess this is literally every single upper stage that exists. But we don't actually have the research for this yet. Okay, so I'm doing things a little bit out of order. Well, I'm still okay, I think, with starting the research lab. So, the Topaz is all we're going to need. It goes to Earth orbit. That's perfect. Now we're going to select the booster. So, that's probably working basically the same. So, if we do this, so we need to be able to haul at least 400 kilograms. Which this booster can. Maybe the requirement of the boosters to carry the upper stage means lift capacity must be at least equal. Another important booster stat is the required launch pad. Yep. Booster and upper stages will gain experience level each time they're used in a launch, up to a maximum of 5. Each level gain provides an increased reliability. Different parts will gain different amounts of reliability per level. Parts that start with low reliability but gain a lot per level may be a good investment if you're willing to risk a few uncertain early launches. View more info about the parts level, hover the cursor next to the level. So there we go. So we're level 0 currently with this. Well, we've got some partial experience in there. So, I mean, it looks like for this mission, just the base payload, or the base upper stage and the base booster is all we're going to need to get things going. The build cost is 100k. We can't even start it, though, because we actually don't have the parts to do it. So we will select this as our plan. We can rename it as well. You can check whether your selected upper stage and booster combination is valid. If it's not, try different combinations until you find one that works. When you're happy with it, hit confirm. But presumably we can name you the Sprout. Okay. Excellent. Good. We can save designs as well. No need to do this, I would think, for this. 63% launch reliability for this mission ain't fantastic. We confirm this design. And there we go. One or more of the parts used in the vehicle need to be researched. You can start there. So we'll do that because we don't have any research going on. It does flag the ones that you need for your vehicle. That's really useful. Great UI here. So we'll start on one, and then we'll do the other. How brilliant, isn't it? So that's in queue. That's still the active missions. That's still prompting for the research, which is happening now. Oh, suggested vehicle parts filter can be used to view recommended parts for currently active missions. You'll only need to unlock one compatible booster in upper stage. Yet having access to multiple parts when designing vehicles would be beneficial in the long term. That sounds reasonable. But yeah, we're good here. That's going to research that. So it's going to take 3 months before the research lab is even complete. So we're not really going to benefit from the Exaboost in research for this, but I think it's still a good investment over there. It feels like the right thing to do. So what I'm going to do, because we're 30 minutes in, we're going to put a cut in this video, and we're going to continue with our first artificial satellite launch in the next episode. If you are new to the channel, do make sure to hit that subscribe button, of course, and in general, you know, upvote, comment, do all the things. It really helps the channel. Much appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.